Welcome back. Today we will be continuing with linear programming. In today's class, we will study how to draw a profit line. Now to draw a profit line, we need two products. So we shall select two products that we usually order for chilling out with our friends. Burgers and pizzas, right? Are these the products that you order? These are the products that we usually order when we friends meet up. But you people are the new gen, right? I don't know the new gen products. If your products are different from mine, then let me know in the comment box below so that I can use those products in my upcoming videos. So let's get started on how to draw a profit line. So here we are going to draw the profit line. So here are our two products, the pizza and the burger. The contribution of one pizza is $10 and the contribution of one burger is $5. We shall assume that X is the number of pizzas and Y is the number of burgers. Now, what will be the profit line? The profit line will be 1 unit of pizza contributes $10. And how many units are we manufacturing? X units. So what is the total profit of the pizza? 10 into X, 10X. And for burgers, $5 is the contribution per burger. And how many burgers are we manufacturing? Y burgers. So what is the total profit of burgers? 5 into Y. So the profit line will be 10X plus 5Y. Now, for those super intelligent guys who are thinking that, ma'am, contribution is not equal to profit. Contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. Agreed. But in decision-making process, we never take the fixed cost. What are the fixed costs? Fixed costs are things like factory rent. Fixed costs remain fixed even if you proceed with the decision or you do not proceed with the decision. Therefore, fixed costs are completely ignored for decision-making process. That is why the profit line does not include the fixed cost. So the profit line is 10X plus 5Y equal to the profit. The profit, that is a maximum profit that we want. But we don't know the maximum profit. That is what we want to find out. But in order to represent this profit line in a graph paper, we need a figure on the right-hand side also, right? So we will assume that our profit is $500. Now, you can assume any other figure. It is fine. But it is better to select a number which is a multiple of 10 and 5. And why are we selecting a number which is a multiple of 10 and 5? Because later on, we will have to divide. That is why to get a whole number, that is why we are choosing a number which is a multiple of 10 and 5. So select a number which is a multiple of 10 and 5. So now we have got an equation. Now it is easy for us to draw this equation in a graph paper, just like we studied in the previous class. How did we represent the linear equation in a graph paper? Simple. Just like that, we are going to represent the profit line on a graph paper. So in order to draw a line, we need 2 points. Only if we have 2 points, we can draw a line. So let's identify those 2 points. So we have a table here, X and Y. So what do we assume? When X is equal to 0, what is Y? And when Y is equal to 0, what is X? That is the easiest method to get the 2 points, just like we did in the previous class. So when X is equal to 0, the equation becomes 10 into 0 plus 5Y is equal to 500. Simplifying that equation, it is 5Y is equal to 500 or Y is equal to 500 by 5 is equal to 100 units. So we write the number 100 units against Y at the first point. That is when X is equal to 0, Y is equal to 100. Now the next point. Now we have to assume when Y is equal to 0, what is X? So substituting Y for 0 in the above equation, you get 10X plus 5 into 0 is equal to 500, or 10X is equal to 500, X is equal to 500 by 10, that is 50 units. Now we key in the value of X in this table. So X is 50 units when Y is 0. So we got the 2 points. Now it is very easy to represent the profit line on the graph paper. So here it is, the profit line. We are going to represent this in the graph paper. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and x is the number of pizzas. So the number of pizzas will be written against the x-axis, and y is the number of burgers. So number of burgers will be written against the y-axis, and we mark the numbers, and we have to represent the first number. What is the first number? When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 100. So where is that? It is here. Where is the second point? When x is 50 and where y is 0? It is here. Just like we did in the previous class. Any doubts regarding how this point has been plotted, please check my previous video. You join the line and you get the 10x plus 5y is equal to 500 represented in the graph paper. So now the profit line appears like this. Now you might ask me, ma'am, you took $500 as the assumed profit, but we may not assume the same figure. We may assume a different figure, which is a multiple of 10 and 5. Agreed. Suppose you are assuming a figure of, say, $250. That is also a number which is a multiple of 10 and 5. Let's see how the profit line will appear then. So this is a figure that you are planning to assume, $250. Initially itself, I said you can assume any figure. Now suppose this is the amount that you assume, $250. Let's see the coordinates of x and y. So when x is equal to 0, what is y equal to? 50. If you substitute in the equation, you will get y as 50. And when y is equal to 0, what is x? X is 25. Now, we represent this table in the graph paper. That is the figures that you have assumed, $250. Okay. So the first point that we are going to plot is 0, 50. So that is here. And the second point that we are going to plot is 25, 0. That is here. We join the line and we get your profit line when you have assumed that the profit is $250. What did you see? You have seen that the two profit lines are parallel to each other. So whatever figure you take, you will get the same slant. And the only thing that we need is the slant of the profit line. What we need for linear programming is to understand how the profit line is slanting. So whether you take $250 or whether you take $500, you will get the same slant because all profit lines are parallel to each other. One more point that you would have noticed is I had assumed the profit to be $500 and you had assumed the profit to be $250. The profit line that you have assumed is below my line, which means that as you move towards the origin, what is the origin? Origin is this one, 0, 0, okay? As you move towards the origin, the profit reduces. And as you move away from the origin, the profit increases. So what do you need? We need a higher profit. So the further away from the origin you are getting more profit. These are the 2 points that you have to bear in mind. So the conclusion is all profit lines run parallel to each other. And the second, profit line with the higher contribution is further away from the origin. With this, we come to an end of today's session. We will be tackling a problem on linear programming in the coming class. So thank you for watching and see you in a short while.